Brace yourself, my friends. Mercury is in retrograde. Have you started to notice how the cosmos are wreaking havoc on your laptop? Or making phone calls to your old friend? Or rerouting your texts and causing excess to re-emerge in your life? All thanks to the astronomical optical illusion that makes it look like the planet Mercury is moving backward in Earth's sky. You must have heard people complaining about or dreading about Mercury retrograde. And in this video, you will learn what exactly Mercury retrograde is and what to do and what not to do during this time so that you can arm yourself against the mishaps caused by a cosmic event. Alright, so stay tuned till the end of the video. The term retrograde comes from the Latin word retrogradus, which literally means backward step. As the name suggests, retrograde is when a planet appears to go backward in its orbit as viewed from the Earth. Astronomers refer to this as apparent retrograde motion because it's an optical illusion. The opposite of retrograde is direct or prograde motion. Prograde motion is the term astronomers prefer, while astrologers are more prone to use the term direct motion. Every planet in our solar system travels in the same direction in its journey around the sun, and none of them ever pause and turn back in the opposite direction. Yet all of them appear to do just that from time to time. Because of the Earth's daily rotation, the objects in the night sky appear to move from east to west through the night sky. While the location of the stars relative to the Earth is fixed, at least from our vantage point, the other planets in our solar system all orbit the Sun at varying speeds. The outer planets, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune, all take longer to orbit the Sun than the Earth does, because their orbits are larger, and because of this, the Earth overlaps these planets in its journey around the Sun. When the Earth overtakes an outer planet, the planet appears to travel backward as compared to the stars for a time. Now picture two cars on the highway going in the same direction in different lanes. If one car is driving faster than the other, the slower car will appear to go backward from the perspective of a person in the faster car, even though the slower car is still going pretty fast in the same direction. For the inner planets, Mercury and Venus, the mechanism that causes them to turn retrograde is the same, but in reverse. Mercury and Venus appear to go retrograde when they lap us. Because Mercury completes its orbit around the Sun is only 88 days, the swift planet becomes retrograde 3 or 4 times in a calendar year, for about 3 weeks at a time. Outer planets have less frequent but longer lasting periods of retrograde motion. So, what does all have to do with people wanting to hide in their rooms for weeks at a time? Astrologers believe that the moon, stars, planet, and sun affect happenings here on Earth, and that each planet in our solar system rules a different aspect of life. Mercury rules our conscious mind, how we perceive and relay information, speaking, listening, and negotiating, buying and selling, contracts, mails, and other documents, anything that has moving parts, distribution networks, short travels. It is believed that when the planet travels backward, its power to positively influence these domains is stifled, leading to chaos. Believers in the malevolent power of Mercury retrograde blame the phenomenon for everything from arguments to lost mail or luggage to automobile accidents and warn people to hold back on conducting important business during this time. Don'ts during Mercury retrograde. Do not buy new vehicles, electronic equipment, or gadgets unless they come with good return or repair policy. Do not sign contracts without a thorough review. Delay until Mercury turns direct if you can. Do not fly off the handle or jump to conclusions if someone misunderstands you. And do not run into the arms or bed of an ex without careful screening, because, my friends, Mercury reunions aren't always meant to last. Do not shoot the messenger if someone from your past comes around. Do not put anything sketchy into an email or text. You could hit reply all or send to the wrong person. Do not leave late for travels or appointments. Don't start anything new on top before finishing what's ahead on the to-do list. Do not lead people on or give mixed messages or believe everything you hear. Actions speak louder than words, always remember. Do not spread rumors, rant on social media, or share any unconfirmed information. Do not turn in sloppy or unchecked work, cut corners, or dash off hasty communications. Always inspect to protect. Do not renew your passport or apply for a visa. Do not trust your memory at this time. Do not change your pins and passwords. Do not undergo elective surgery. And please, avoid getting married at this time. Schedule will keep changing, traffic will snarl, and important documents could be misplaced. For long trips, buy traveler's checks and carry on important items in a set of clothing. Do not rely on weather reports. Weather patterns can run wild. Your memory will be like burnt toast during Mercury retrograde, so guidelines and requirements will keep changing. Promises made will be ignored, and appointments can be postponed. So these are definitely not the right conditions for doing business. Start a business after Mercury goes direct. If you want to play safe, wait until Mercury exits its post-shadow period. And very important, avoid scheduling Mercury-related activities from the time Mercury enters its pre-shadow period until Mercury exits its post-shadow period. At the very least, avoid dates when Mercury turns retrograde and goes direct. Do things that starts with repair, like research, recalculate, rethink, rewrite, retake, repossess, recall, and remember. So make sure to review all contracts and legal documents before signing. Pause and breathe before speaking. Repeat yourself if necessary. Read all emails and documents before you send. Ensure or track important mail and packages. Mercury rules the postal system. Get your vehicles or bikes tuned up. Pack an emergency roadside kit. Leave early for any travel and appointments, since Mercury retrograde can delay flights. Renew your commitments instead of making new ones. And focus on the prefix re, which means to go backward, renew, review, revamp, redecorate. Plan reunions with old friends and loved ones, but prepare for possible mishaps. Expect to hear from or run into people from your past at the weirdest moments. Get sentimental, reconnect with your roots, walk down memory lane. And yes, do practice forgiveness. Finish processing what's unresolved so you can let it go. Let it go. Confirm all dates, plans, meetings, and appointments. Think of the retrograde as a quarterly review period, a chance to pause and finish what you have started. And do back up your digital data, photos, contact lists, files before the retrograde or as soon as possible if it started. Clean your house, recycle and give away things you no longer need. rekindle a romance. Well, this one should be taken with caution because Mercury retrograde can bring back an old flame, but often it's for the purpose of closure, not necessarily because this is the one that got away. So don't be surprised if you get a Facebook friend request from someone you dated ages ago or a forgotten childhood friend. We have bumped into long lost friends and loves on the streets during Mercury retrograde. Strange times, huh? Okay. Meditate to balance your negative and positive minds. Balancing your negative mind, which corresponds with the second chakra, the seat of our creativity and sexuality. It will enable us to balance our needs for freedom and belonging. Balancing a positive mind, which corresponds with the third chakra, a place for action and balance. It's going to help us it's going to help us to strengthen our sense of humor and our organizational skills. And I'll drop the links for meditation so that you can do those meditations to clear away any low vibrational energies, balance and activate your chakras, raise your vibration, and connect to your higher self. It's very important at this time. Mercury retrograde is a great opportunity to handle unfinished business. Most of us start a million things that we don't complete, never realizing how much psychic clutter this creates. The retrograde is like a quarterly review. It's a chance to tie up those loose ends and create a clear vision for the future. So take advantage of it, and you will emerge fresh and ready when Mercury goes direct. And as the cliche goes, what you resist persists. So the more you can embrace chaos or a lack of control, the better you will survive a Mercury retrograde cycle. So be mindful of your thoughts, my friends, and the things you do. And please make sure to meditate, to pull yourself together and return to your center. And remember, things always happen for a reason, always. So relax and ask, why? Why is this happening? What can I learn from this? Ask yourself these questions. And make sure to do a good deed to raise your vibration. Okay? All right. Love you all. Bye-bye for now.